Let's talk a bit about the auto space. Right now, you've got Eicher Motors, which is doing quite well in trade. So that should be up for your screen. A gain of close to about 3% after the November sales look robust at 41%. Maruti is just flitting between the red and the green line. Pranoy Kurian of IDBI Capital joins in now. Hi, Pranoy. What have you made of the auto sales numbers which have come through from Maruti as well as Eicher Motors?
Well, first thing to note, especially for Maruti and other two-wheelers and passenger vehicles, is that November 2015 is a pretty low base. So the percentage growth number will seem higher than it actually is because of the Diwali festive effect. So, but still, despite that, if you look at Maruti's numbers, there are two surprises. One is the month-on-month growth was 3%, which was a big surprise given demonetization and the fact that dealers probably had to deal with that cash shortage as well. The second factor that was a surprise was that small cars, the mini Wagoner segment, actually grew quite well, about in double digits, which was a far cry from the performance during the year, which is I think a -3%. So I think those are the two key surprises. It remains to be seen whether December continues this trend, but that was a positive. As for Royal Enfield, the market is expecting, at least we were expecting the number to be roughly constant since most of the orders have already been pre-booked. However, I think the composition, if you break it down, you'll see that 350cc fell 5% month on month, whereas the models higher than 350cc actually rose quite sharply. So that is actually a positive surprise, and exports also tripled. So overall, it was fairly good set of numbers for Royal Enfield as well.
Pranoy, in your sense, how much do you think Maruti could possibly be impacted, say, in the month of December, based on, say, your conversations, considering that they have a high waiting period for some of their models any which way?
So according to our estimates, around 20% of the portfolio, 20% of volumes are fairly immune from this, because one is, so Brezza, Baleno and exports are not going to be impacted much by demonetization because these have orders. The remaining 80% could be impacted, and that will be mainly due to bookings, pre-bookings and things, deposits being in cash. But however, the company themselves, they have also extended certain offers such as zero down payment or cashless down payments. And because of that, you could see sales being higher than expected even in December. For example, in this month, actually, we're expecting a fall, actually, not a growth of 14%. So it was a positive surprise. And December typically is a higher month, is a strong month when it comes to month-on-month growth, because people, for higher resale value, people tend to buy a larger amount of cars in December.
Pranoy, very
So
quickly,
it should see a boost.
Okay. Very quickly on Tata Motors, there was news that China has introduced a 10% tax on supercars. Would that in any way affect the JLR portfolio of Tata Motors in China?
So it's difficult to say, but certainly market had been expecting certain government measures going forward to reduce traffic and pollution. So that could be a negative, but we'll have to analyze it carefully and decide.
Okay, fair enough, Pranoy. We're going to leave it on that note. Thanks very much for joining in and speaking with us.